Hi everyone, my name's Bryn. Today I am talking about my Perspectives project, which was on contraception for non-heterosexual people, which is just basically anyone who isn't straight, so people part of the LGBTQ plus community. I kind of got the idea for this because when we covered contraception in class, I noticed that there wasn't really a lot of information for people who were part of the LGBTQ plus community, and that kind of got me thinking of if there was more scientific research out there that could help give me a little bit more insight into the options for those kind of people. So here are just the basic kinds of contraception methods that are available to pretty much everyone. So we've got male condom, female condom, diaphragm, hormonal ring, IUD, contraception, injection, implant, the patch, the pill, and in more drastic times, there's also sterilization, which is not really a good method for contraception unless you want long-term effects. But these are available to pretty much everyone. It's really everyone's personal preference on which one you want to use. But I felt like they were based on heterosexual people, so I wanted to look into it more. So what I found was that throughout the LGBTQ plus community, there were a lot of people who didn't have access to this healthcare. Either it was they were scared to go in and get help, or they just didn't have a doctor that understood them. So here is a just kind of informative table or poster, I guess, of just kind of some of the things that trans people go through. And a lot of this is really negative stuff because a lot of trans people aren't really viewed well in society, even today, by a lot of people. And it definitely affects their health in more ways than one, but I am personally looking at the contraception health. And, when trans people aren't really viewed well, they are a lot less likely to get help from their doctors and just in general from the medical community. So here's another table that's just kind of saying the same thing, but in a different way. In the blue, we have people who are part of the LGBTQ plus community, and in the green, or is everyone not? And it's basically talking about the healthcare providers and experiences that people have had when they're going to the doctor. So there's that the doctor didn't believe you were telling the truth, assume something about you without, asking you, or just straight up dismissed your concerns. I personally am not part of the LGBTQ plus community, but I have had my health concerns dismissed by a doctor before, and if I'm having it, I know that tons of other people are having it as well. And that's really frustrating because sometimes things can be seriously wrong with you, or you just need something. Contraception isn't only used for prevention against pregnancies, it's also used for health reasons, to prevent STDs and STIs, and for women it's to help control periods sometimes. Sorry, my cat is meowing in the background. I don't know if you can hear that. And, when your doctor just dismisses you, you're not getting that help, and that is something that people really need. And super important. So this last slide is just kind of two famous examples. So on the left we have Princess Diana. She is shaking the hands of a guy who had AIDS. For a really long time, science and everyone believed that you could just get AIDS from touching someone. And that is not true. We know that is not true. But people would avoid them like the plague. It was awful, and there was so much stigma surrounding it too, that, if you have AIDS, you're a gay guy, and that's it. And that's still around a lot. Not the really touching them will give you the disease part, but there's still a lot of stigma surrounding AIDS and not a lot of help for people who have it. And on the right is Freddie Mercury. He was part of the band Queen. He also had AIDS and died really early in his 30s or 40s. And it makes you wonder that if more research was done on these diseases and stuff like that to help gay people and just everyone, if Freddie Mercury might have been able to survive. I know we're doing better with it recently, but it's definitely not as good as it should be. And I just think overall science is lacking in contraception for everyone, especially people in the LGBTQ plus community. And it's definitely something that people should look into more for the betterment of everyone, really. So thank you for watching